So in a nutshell, should you attend Curlfest 2019? I'm gonna go with a no. Hey everyone, it's me Vicky and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be giving my Curlfest 2018 review. Now, couple things. I realize it's not 2018 anymore, kind of late you might say, but originally I was like planning on giving like an immediate 2018 Curlfest review, but honestly I think I just kind of got lazy and I was like, let me post this the next year, which it'll still be helpful because it was literally a year ago. I don't know, better now than ever, I guess. Pretty much be going through like how I came to even hear of Curlfest, to like the actual day, and just to like my overall thoughts. Yeah, so starting with how I even heard of Curlfest. So I believe it was the year 2017 when I first heard about Curlfest. I didn't actually attend that Curlfest, but you know, from the pictures and just the overall concept, it seemed really cool. I never heard anything like it really before, just, you know, a festival for like curly hair. Like even just by the sound of it, it like kind of sounds like kind of funny, but like, you know, it is a really important thing, you know, people accepting themselves for who they are naturally, especially dealing with hair, specifically in the Black community. You know, I thought it was just a really cool, like happy, positive, really cool concept. So I was like, you know, kind of intrigued. But again, when I had actually heard about it, like the festival had already happened. But fast forwarding to 2018, a good friend of mine was interested in going, and she invited both me and my other friend, who she kind of actually has like a big part to do with like Curlfest. So I kind of want to give her a name in true story time fashion. This is the low-key kind of a story time because some great stuff happened, you guys. Just buckle in. Let's call her, I'm looking for something in the room. Let's call her, what's something to call her? Let's call her Essence, after essential water. Let's call her Essence. So, that's so cheesy, I hate that. That was like that meme, like me drinking my water at 2 a.m. Okay, so my good friend Essence hit me and my other friend, who like, she's not like as important, so we don't have to name her, sorry. She texted me and my friend like, hey, are you guys like interested in going? And me, I was like, actually I am. Like, I heard about it last year. It seemed really like cool and fun from all the pictures, like why not? And she was like, oh yeah, great, awesome. My other friend who she messaged, like she ended up like not being able to go or wasn't interested in something, so it was really just me and Essence, and we were like planning on going together. So now here is the part in the video where we discuss tickets, because this is honestly okay, let's just talk about it. So when it is time to buy tickets, and by the way, I don't know if anything has changed now from the 2019 one. I'm just referring on 2018, so literally like this was just my experience. You may have had a different one if you attended. You may have heard someone else who had different, like literally just my experience here. So keep that in mind. So according to Curlfest, they have a limited amount of free tickets. And these tickets are known to sell out like that. Like we had planned to go like a little closer to the date. Like some people prep for this like months in advance. Like it's like the Coachella of curly hair, if you will, you know. So like some people really like prepare, like set alarms to like when to buy tickets. And I believe by the time like around the time we were planning to go, like it was kind of close to the date of the event. So in other words, we missed out on the free tickets, limited free tickets. You'll understand the quotes in a second. Pretty much it was kind of a bummer missing out on free tickets. However, they did have tickets for sale, of course. The next cheapest ones that were available by the time we looked were $25 tickets. Still not a bad price, but I mean, of course, free tickets, $25 tickets, free tickets wins. But we missed out. I believe the most expensive was like $49. It's not like you pay just for the ticket, like it also comes with stuff. So as for the $25 ticket, since that's what I bought, it came with, and I'll insert pictures here, came with a curl, actually I used, one second. One of the things it came with was a Curlfest bag, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually use this bag a lot. I just like these types of bags. I could probably buy another one that's not Curlfest because, you know, I don't really know if I want to, oh, that was my speaker, sorry. I don't really know if I want to advertise them all that much. I really like how it has like these 3 like Black women on it. If it could only just scratch out that Curlfest thing, I like don't really want to advertise them. But you know, it wasn't the worst event, but like I'm not going back, you know. It's kind of like that. But I do use this bag a lot. Like it literally, you can hear it, it's heavy, it has stuff in it. So yeah, And the other two things I like have in my house, but I'm gonna be lazy and just like insert a picture here. Came with a blanket as well as a cup, both of which I don't use. Like really the bag is the only thing I use, because the blanket, it's like felt and it's like so thin and like it doesn't do anything for me. Like it'd be nice to like lay out on the grass or something, but to like wrap yourself around in, as I'm doing in the picture, funny enough, yeah, it doesn't really do much for you. And as for the cup, I really like the cup and I used it, but then I broke the straw and then I just stopped using the cup. Could still use it, I still have it, but I don't. So anyway, and then I'm pretty sure it also came with coupons, that of which I never used. So yeah, pretty much, why are my arms like this? Okay, pretty much the ticket situation was that. I ended up paying for a $25 ticket. So now before I get into the actual day of Curlfest, I do want to say a couple things. The first thing is like my personal reason for going to Curlfest was simply for just, I guess, the atmosphere, the vibe. Like some people go there solely to buy hair products. Like it is a shopping day. Like they have their wallet, they have their money ready. Like me, I really just was there for like pictures and just to like really see what it was about. Like again, from the videos and photos I saw and just like the reviews, like all my friends seemed to love it and stuff. So I just like wanted to check it out. So I wasn't there to like purchase hair products, because that's obviously like a big like part of it too. Like they have like all these vendors. Sorry, I like kicked my camera, sorry if it shook a little, but they have like a lot of vendors selling hair products and stuff. Like that was not my like goal, like buying stuff per se. I just literally wanted like pictures and just to see what it was about, you know. Bringing back to the forefront my good friend Essence here. I believe Curlfest that year was on a Saturday, and so my friend Essence was traveling on Saturday. So on the day of Curlfest, like early in the morning, she was traveling from New Jersey straight to Curlfest, which by the way, Curlfest was held in Prospect Park in Brooklyn, New York. Our plan was to meet up at Curlfest because we figured there's probably going to be like a lot of vendors and stuff. We can be like, okay, meet at this booth, like this is where I'm at, you know, and that's how we would meet. So I was planning to meet her at Curlfest. We were going to travel separately and meet up at Curlfest. So those are just two things I wanted to clarify. So now fast forward into the actual day of Curlfest. I remember, you know, waking up, taking the trains, and being that Curlfest is such a popular event, I actually ended up running into a good friend of mine from elementary, middle school. We hadn't seen each other like in 4 years. We met like in the subway station, and so we pretty much just like traveled there. And I explained to her, I was like, oh, my friend Essence and I were supposed to be meeting up, but until she comes, can I like chill with you guys? And they were like super cool about it. And I'm not gonna lie, like I'm surprised I even asked that, because like I don't know, I wouldn't want to like impose on anyone and like intrude or like, you know, feel like a third wheel sort of, but they were super nice about it. After we got off the train, we walked up to Prospect Park, and this is where I get annoyed, because think about it. Just think about it. Forget about the Curlfest idea, like take that out of your mind. It's held at Prospect Park, correct? Prospect Park is a public park. Therefore, anyone can walk in and out. There were no barricades. Like I had thought they were gonna have it like blocked off, like a rope, like you could only get in one way. We literally came in from the opposite end, and no one checked our tickets. There was no security, there was no barricade. Like literally we just walked in, and there were people who were jogging and they like took a detour, which I remember like when we walked in from the other end, I was just kind of thinking like, oh, that's like weird or whatever. But like maybe like a couple days after, I really analyzed it and I thought to myself, wait a second, did I even have to buy a ticket? And like part of me is kind of scared to like make this claim even. I mean, I don't, because I'm not one to start drama, and I'm not saying I'm gonna start, like who am I to, I'm not saying any of that. But part of me thinks that like, was the whole buying tickets, like was that a scam? Like the free tickets, part of me almost gets like TanaCon vibes, if you guys like know what that's about. If not, look it up on YouTube, you'll find plenty about it. Yeah, like just the idea of there being a limited number of free tickets, when in reality like no one checks, there's no security, no one cares, and you can just walk in. So like part of me is like, what did I even spend $25 on? Like a bag that like, okay, sure, I used the bag, but that's not a $25 bag. And like a blanket and cup that I barely, like, no. So I don't know, personally, I and a lot of other people got in for free, and it's like, why did I even spend $25? Like, part of me thinks, like, do they advertise those limited free tickets just so there can be like hype surrounding the event? Because honestly, I don't think that's cool, because if you're just gonna be able to walk in from any which way, like, why am I spending my $25? Like, I don't know if that was a slip up on their part for the preparations, not barricading things. Like, I don't know if they're allowed to barricade it, but like, as I analyze it, I'm like, this is a public park, and again, I feel like they could have barricaded it, but like, they didn't, and therefore I really just walked in for free. That's honestly the biggest reason I'm annoyed for Curlfest, amongst other many little things. So pretty much after we walked in, we kind of browsed around. There were a lot of food trucks, so I got some food. I will insert a picture here, which I remember being pretty good. Probably overpriced, but what's new? And so yeah, I probably hung out with my, you know, friend from elementary, middle school, as well as her friend for maybe like an hour or so. We kind of browsed the shops. Like, there was a sunglasses shop, and I believe they brought some sunglasses and stuff, and I'm not gonna lie, I felt super bad, and I guess I'll just be honest, kind of awkward, like, hanging out with them. And not awkward on their end, it's solely because of me. Like, I truly felt like the definition of a third wheel. Like a specific moment I remember is us like looking around at the food trucks, and I remember I was on one end like waiting for my food, and they were on the other, and I feel like it was like one of those things like, do we leave? I could tell they were like waiting for me, but at the same time I was like, oh, I feel so bad, because like we didn't plan to go together. Like, we by chance had just met, and they most likely thought it was gonna be like a hi bye situation, like, good to see you, like, maybe I'll see you around later, but like not to be like hanging out for like the first hour. But like, you know, I just kind of felt like I was holding them back at times. That could have just been in my head, but I did feel kind of bad about that. So yeah, because I felt so bad, I kind of told a little white lie, saying that, oh, I found my friend Essence, like, I just texted her and she was here, and so we kind of parted ways. I'm kind of the worst person, I know, and if they're watching this, I'm sorry. Like, I really enjoyed hanging out with you, but I felt like it might not have been the same way, and that's fine, but like, I just felt like a third wheel, and like, I honestly didn't want to hold you guys back, because again, like, that wasn't the plan, and whatever. Okay, I'm done talking about that. This is about Curlfest. And now going back a little to the texting thing. Yes, texting. That was another big thing of Curlfest that I didn't like. And you're probably like, what? Like, I'll explain. And now look, I don't know if this was a Curlfest issue or a Prospect Park issue or just what have you, but when I tell you there was like legit like no service, there was no service. All my calls are dropping, all my text messages were failing, and mind you, and I'm not trying to brag, but like, I do have like unlimited data, so it wasn't like an issue on my end. Like, my carrier is fine. I don't know, maybe it was just because it was a huge crowd, but like, something like, that's a big deal. Like, you know, a lot of people go in groups. If people need to get in contact, like, that is something they definitely need to work on. So like, if you need to move Curlfest like indoors or something to have better connection, like, and like, that's a big thing just on there, and like, people want to post about your event, and if you're gonna have like the worst service ever, like, that's kind of unfortunate for you. Like, so long story short, I actually never ended up meeting with Essence due to the lack of service, and, you know, just calls dropping, texts failing. I literally had no way of getting in touch with her, so it was really just what a day. I kind of just chilled solo for like the next, I don't even know how much longer I stayed. Like, I just know like it was like about an hour or so hanging out with like my little group, my little third wheel group, but I just spent however much longer I stayed there by myself, which honestly, I know that probably sounds sad, but honestly, there's like really nothing wrong with like chilling by yourself. And, you know, I have no problem just going up to people and talking. Like, that's just like, festivals like this, like, that's just like what you do. I feel like you just like, you're all here for a reason, like, you all get to know each other, and I got to meet some really cool people. I went to a lot of booths. I remember getting my hair braided. I hopefully still have that video I can like insert, but like, she did like a cool like braid down the middle and put like one of those like hair jewelry cuff pieces in it, which, sorry, I kicked my camera again, but yeah, I never like had one of those in my hair before, so it was like really cool. And, you know, they were giving out, a big thing for Curlfest is all the free samples, so I got plenty, and I actually still have some in my room. Funny enough, I'm not going to use them because they're probably expired or whatever, but when I originally, back in 2018, was planning on making this video, I was going to like go through all the samples and show, but like, I don't know. Part of me is like, should I? If anything, I'll insert a picture. But you know, they gave samples. Like that's a big thing for them. They also had like food samples as well. Like I remember they had a Rita's little station. They had like an ice pop station. Like if you wanted your hair done, like you know, they had little stations. Which the lines, you guys, and I mean, this is like guaranteed probably for any festival that you go to or like any event. But like the lines, longest things ever, so just, you know, prepare for that. But like I said, even though I was like technically by myself, I was just going up to people, having a conversation. I believe I left Curlfest an hour before it actually like was scheduled to end, which by the way, it rained that day, so I'm actually super glad that I left when I did. I felt like I had seen everything at that point and that like I was good to go, and then of course it started raining, so I had like literally just missed the rain. However, I do remember bringing a poncho with me because, you know, she's prepared or whatever. And now going back to the group of people, so I remember, I believe it was a group of 3 girls, right? And one of them actually came all the way from California for Curlfest, and she was not impressed. And the 4 of us all together, we kind of bonded over how much we really didn't enjoy the event. We were all leaving the event together, and we kind of just like for 10 minutes, like as we were leaving, we were like talking about how much like we didn't really like it, like the service was bad, like all these issues that I was just talking about in this video. We kind of all bonded over how we were kind of annoyed with that. I don't know, I just feel like it wasn't all it was cut out to be. I'm sure some people genuinely enjoyed it, and good for you. Obviously there's still people going this year, like it's, you know, for some people, but for me it just wasn't, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I'm allowed to say that I didn't like something. Like you can like something and you can't like something, and you could not know how you feel, and I just know that I like didn't really fully enjoy my time. Like it wasn't the worst, I wasn't crying over it or having nightmares, but it wasn't something I would pay $25 for again. That's kind of just like my thing. Again, like all those little things, the ticket being the biggest thing. That to me is a scam move. That is a scam move. Sorry for my voice like throughout this whole video, it's so raspy. I think I'm definitely getting sick, but yeah, it wasn't for me. Had my friend been there, maybe I would have had a different outlook. This is literally just my opinion. Like obviously if things went differently, if my friend was there, if it, you know, if I didn't have to pay $25, I don't know, maybe things would have been different. But like from my experience, I didn't really like fully enjoy it. So that's all I've got to say. No tea, no shade, no pink lemonade, just what it is. So yeah, that was a lot. Oh, I should mention real quick how I was able to get the, you know, bag, the water bottle, the blanket. So right before, like the last thing I did at Curlfest was go to the actual like entrance of Curlfest, which I should have the picture. I will insert it here. Like literally just heads of hair, mind you. Crazy long lines to get in. Like I was so glad that I entered from the back end. That sounds so wrong. I was so glad I entered from where I entered, because if I came in from the actual entrance, like I probably would have just been like, I don't even want to be at this event. The Curlfest event, I believe, took place from 12 to 7. So I came like at 12, and let me tell you, that first hour, it was pretty, I don't want to say empty, but compared to what it was towards the end, at the end it was crowded. Like you were like pretty much shoulder to shoulder, like it was crazy. But in the beginning, I would like, the lines weren't bad at all. Like you could really see the festival for what it was. Like it was really nice that first hour. Like if you're gonna go to Curlfest, I won't make this just like a shady video like of me giving all these negative reviews. Like if you're gonna go to Curlfest, like get there early, because like you will be able to really see the event without the crowds, without the lines, because you know, black people, we show up to things late. So be early and you will get the full experience of what at least they're trying to convey. I'm sure, like, I don't know, you can just really see it, like physically, like you can just like see everything. When you get there late, it's literally just shoulder to shoulder, and you're like, ah. Like I said, going back, I'm very happy that I entered, I guess, like from the wrong entrance in the beginning, because again, had I not, I probably would have just experienced like a lot of crowds right away, and like that would have been off-putting. But again, because I came in like right away at 12, like it was like, you know, it was cool. Waiting in line for that bag and stuff, I want to say at at least was 2 hours. It was a long time. But again, it kind of went a little quicker because, you know, again, like I said, I will just like talk to people. And so I was like talking to like a lot of the people online. Like we were all like complaining, like we all had that in common, like our mutual bond of like, this line's taking so long. And, you know, we could see it was like about to rain. We were like, oh, like we can't get our hair messed up. Like, you know, just fun stuff like that. So literally the only reason I English, Vicky. The only reason I stood in the entrance line was to get my $25 worth of products, I guess. Not really, but so yeah, you guys, I feel like that's all I really have to say. Like if I think of anything, like I'll maybe insert like it here, like in the description box. I don't know. So in a nutshell, should you attend Curlfest 2019? I'm gonna go with a no. But then again, that's just my experience. That's just my opinion. I, for one, will not be. You can, and if you do, please enjoy it. Side note, just to complete the story time aspect of this video, Essence eventually did get to Curlfest, but she got there super late. And funny enough, she actually met up with like some other friends. She was going there with a group already, and then she met even like more people from our school. So like she was probably chilling. She probably will go back this year. I don't really know. I have to ask her. I'm actually kind of curious, but me, I just won't. And again, it's probably based on the experience I had. I'll admit, like if I had gone with a friend, if I like hadn't been like gypped $25, like I probably wouldn't have anything really bad to say. Minor things, you know, but like those two things kind of just like put a dent in my heart, and I just can't be hurt. No, it's not that dramatic at all, but you guys get the point. So yeah. But yes, that's all for this video. I hope it helped you in a way. I don't know. Honestly, Curlfest, I believe, let me look it up because I don't even know when it, I think it's July 19th, which I probably should have made this video earlier because probably a lot of you got your tickets, but I don't know. I don't know if this is even going to influence you, like, whatever. It's one of those things, like, you have to experience for yourself. Like, I'm solely giving my opinion, and you might get to the event, and you might agree with all my points, and you might not. And, like, literally, I'm not, like, trying to start anything. I don't hate Curlfest with, like, a burning passion. Like, it just wasn't for me. It kind of is just, like, I don't know, it's whatever. Just go if you want and experience it. Like, this is just my experience. Please don't attack me. According to my phone, it is Saturday, July 27th at 12. Same time, same place, right? Actually, let me see, where is it? Oh, this time it is on Randall's Island Park. So like, I don't know, things might be different. It says it's 12 to 7, so I'm pretty sure that's the same time it was last year. Experience it for yourself, see what's up. Definitely you can get some cute pictures. I've then deleted my Curlfest photos, and honestly the big reason for me doing that, it's not because I'm against Curlfest, it's because I don't really like the way the photos turned out. So, but they did have a decent amount of like photo ops, you know, that you could take and whatnot. So yeah, honestly, I'm kind of over talking about this. Like, I feel like I can finally put this behind me, because like literally I was like, I need to make this video, and it's just been like hovering over me. But now I feel like I can like let Curlfest go. It no longer has anything to do with me, and you know, maybe one day I'll give it another try. I'll give it a whirl, but as for now, I'm good. I'm gonna save my $25. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs it up, subscribe. I haven't made videos in so long, but I don't know, I'm just like a really lazy person sometimes, so that's kind of just what's up. But yeah, also baby fat, Forever 21, good job, love this top. I'm gonna go now. Also, I put like gold wax color in my hair, but I went a little ham, so kind of looks yellow, but I'm kind of into that. So yeah, peace out, you guys.